A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a groundbreaking announcement on July 28, 2025, two prominent Israeli human rights organizations, B'Tselem and Physicians for Human Rights Israel, PHRI, have publicly accused the Israeli government of committing genocide against Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. This marks a significant moment in the ongoing conflict, as it is the first time local Jewish-led organizations have made such stark allegations against Israel during the nearly 22 months of war that have followed Hamas' deadly attack on October 7, 2023. The accusations have ignited a fierce debate over the nature of Israel's military actions in Gaza, which many Palestinians and their supporters, as well as international human rights groups, have also characterized as genocidal. The International Court of Justice is currently hearing a case filed by South Africa against Israel, further complicating the legal landscape surrounding these allegations. The Israeli government, founded in the aftermath of the Holocaust, has been notably sensitive to accusations of genocide. Historically, even the most vocal critics of the Israeli government have refrained from using such terminology, largely due to the traumatic memories of the Nazi genocide. Many Israelis perceive the military operations in Gaza as a necessary response to the existential threat posed by Hamas, rather than an attempt at extermination. However, the reports from B'Tselem and PHRI challenge this narrative, suggesting that Israel's actions are not merely defensive, but rather systematic and intentional efforts to dismantle Palestinian society. Guy Shalev, director of PHRI, emphasized the difficulty of confronting this reality within Israeli society, where such accusations are often dismissed as anti-Semitic or biased. He noted that the involvement of Israeli human rights organizations in making these claims is crucial for confronting the prevailing attitudes and acknowledging the harsh realities on the ground. Israel's government has consistently rejected allegations of genocide, labeling them as anti-Semitic, and has been actively challenging such claims in international courts. The government attributes civilian casualties in Gaza to Hamas, accusing the group of using civilians as human shields in its military operations. B'Tselem and PHRI released their reports concurrently, detailing how Israel's policies and public statements contribute to their conclusions of genocide. They argue that the systematic dismantling of Gaza's health infrastructure, exacerbated by military actions, has created conditions that threaten the very existence of the Palestinian population. Their findings resonate with previous reports from international human rights organizations, such as Amnesty International and Human Rights Watch, which have also raised alarms over Israel's conduct in Gaza. The reports are based on a combination of eyewitness testimonies, documentation of incidents, and consultations with legal experts. B'Tselem highlighted a shift in Israeli policy towards Gaza, moving from a strategy of repression and control to one of destruction and annihilation following the October attack. The organization has long criticized Israel's treatment of Palestinians and halted cooperation with the military years ago, citing the inadequacy of investigations into alleged wrongdoing. PHRI's report takes a legal medical approach, arguing that Israel's actions meet the criteria for genocide as defined by international law. It outlines specific acts, including the deliberate infliction of conditions that would lead to the physical destruction of the Palestinian population. The report underscores the systematic attacks on healthcare facilities, the obstruction of medical aid, and the targeting of medical personnel as part of a broader strategy to dismantle Gaza's life-sustaining systems. The term genocide carries profound implications in Israeli society, where the Holocaust is a central part of collective memory. The 1948 Convention on the Prevention and Punishment of the Crime of Genocide defines such acts as those committed with the intent to destroy, in whole or in part, a national, ethnical, racial, or religious group. The emotional weight of this term makes it particularly contentious in discussions about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. As the conflict continues, the international community is urged to take a more active role in protecting Palestinian rights and addressing the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. Both B'Tselem and PHRI have called for a global acknowledgement of the situation and for individuals, including Israelis who have remained silent, to speak out against the ongoing violence and oppression. Sarit Mikeli, the international director for B'Tselem, stated, "We have an obligation to do everything we can to speak the truth about this, to stand by the victims. The situation remains dire, with the potential for escalation beyond Gaza, as B'Tselem warns of similar patterns of destruction in the occupied West Bank. As the discourse around these allegations evolves, the implications for Israeli society and its policies toward Palestinians remain to be seen. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.